Hi, I'm Tash.
I'm Nix.
And welcome back to the podcast.
Hey guys.
Today we're joined by some male friends. This is my friend Ron.
And this is my friend VC.
How y'all doing?
How's y'all week been?
It's been pretty good. Just been productive, pretty much. Trying to be productive.
Would you just work all week?
Yep, and worked out.
Oh. Look at you.
I feel like the same thing is going to be said from you, but how was your week?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Worked and worked out.
Working and working.
You worked today.
I did.
You did not tell us that you were working today.
Yeah, man. It's all good.
You're a real one.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
This man worked until 10 a.m. and still showed
Okay.
up.
Amen.
Dedication.
True.
He's a real one.
So I know we always talk about like something that happened that we saw or watched or whatever. So I think the first thing we're going to talk to you guys about is that true kitchen incident. Like, it was quite interesting. What do you guys think about it?
I think his aim was in the right spot, you know, by protecting his business.
Yeah.
But I think his approach was wrong.
Yeah.
You know, like the vocabulary and the way that he came about it was a little wrong. But I think now the move that he made, you know, by protecting his business, I think it was correct. You know, I probably would have made the same move, just worded it a little different.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel that.
Yeah. I think, honestly, I feel what you were saying. Yeah, he kind of made people feel like unwelcome, but I think he was just trying to set the boundaries for his establishment. Because I did hear there was another video that showed him like politely asking them, but then they kept doing it. So I was like, he probably just got pissed off, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, yeah, I can't really be mad at him. If you don't want his business to be seen in that light, because, you know, like Prospect Park address, he probably don't want that type of rep. So, yeah, it is what it is.
I'm a little confused because I know it was in Dallas, right?
Yeah. For anybody that hasn't seen the video, True Kitchen is a restaurant in Dallas, and there were some women there that were like twerking and having fun, and the manager came out and like basically asked them to stop.
But they weren't just like twerking. I heard they were like on the tabletops,
Yeah,
on the chairs.
Yeah.
Like,
Extreme
honestly,
twerk.
that's ridiculous. Like,
10 toes down.
like if I was there and my kids were there, I would be livid. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like, I do not understand. Like, we've had fun and we do stuff. You know what I mean when we go out, but like at the appropriate place. We wouldn't go to like Papacitos and be on the table. Like,
I think that was his point, though. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like my business, this establishment is not that type of establishment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we want y'all to have a good time, enjoy the food, but not
yeah.
in that. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
straight up.
Like,
Correct.
not in that way. So
I think a lot of people only seen the part where he comes out. Are you okay?
Yeah.
I am.
Okay.
My lord.
Stay hidden. Okay.
We are not responsible
Yeah.
for anything that happens.
Disclaimer.
I don't think I hear that.
We do drink on this show, and
Yeah.
we hope you get home safe.
Yeah,
you know
we
what I mean?
hope
No.
But I think initially he came out and told the women like nicely to like please don't do that, and they did it anyways, right?
Exactly.
Most people only seen the clip where he came out and he was like cursing them out and he was like get the fuck out.
yeah,
It's the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never see the whole story.
And it's understandable. Like, my parents had a restaurant growing up, and my father would have went off. Like, he would have, in patois, not even politely, he would have made them leave. So it wasn't like that back then, but, you know, I can understand why he got upset after
Yeah.
asking. Like, I shouldn't have to ask you more than one time to, like, chill.
I agree with DC. His approach could have been a little bit better. He
I
had to
will
be like,
say
"Get the fuck out," but-
this though. To me, it was kind of like he sent a mixed signal, because if you have this upscale establishment restaurant that you're trying to build, why would you even be playing that type of music in there?
I said the same thing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You kind of provoking that type of
True.
activity. So, like I said, I think he was right, you know, with his ideas and how he wanted to do it, but his approach was wrong. And like I said, you promoting the wrong idea. You playing twerk music,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
you're not gonna go to Perry Steakhouse and then end up playing.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like,
That's true.
yeah, you gotta
I guess
set
it's true.
boundaries.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, play elevator music or
Yeah.
something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Live band,
Or like some nice
Yeah.
R&B.
Yeah,
got them
maybe
drinking,
more
like,
R&B.
come
Yeah,
on, son.
that's the
What were
vibe.
they twerking
tonight.
to though? Because I'm here for it. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm here for the twerking, but just maybe not on the tabletop.
That wouldn't happen in Houston. I don't think anybody would tell you.
I don't know about all that.
oh, it just depends, though. You know,
Have you been
Oh,
somewhere
no.
where they're twerking on
I've been
tables?
anywhere.
Hey man, look, man.
We're not talking about the strip club we see.
Hey, look. You never know when you might see twerking on the table.
I see it everywhere.
Yeah. It's
Really?
it's the new thing. You can think
That's
of
some
it.
girls twerking in front of my car.
Where
Yeah, Walmart. I was
Walmart.
Well, I mean,
yeah, I pulled up. They were twerking in front of us.
Hey,
Like,
what did you do? You stood there? Oh,
I
that's
ain't want to run them
crazy.
over.
Like recently, or is this happening a while
It was
back?
yesterday.
A couple years ago, but you know,
You still remember it though.
I do. Yeah, I do.
It made a lasting impression. Remember Freaknik, y'all? Like, remember seeing like videos of Freaknik?
Oh gosh.
Imagine being that, like being your mother, like right now. Could you?
Yeah.
I would die. Like,
Yeah,
Mama.
that was some wild stuff.
Good
I don't
times.
know.
Another thing I think I watched yesterday actually was, I don't remember Kevin what?
Samuels.
Okay. So he saw this thing, and I sent it to Tash, and I was like, yo, what do you think about this? Because it was sent to me. And I was like, yo, I have so many opinions on it, but I would like to hear you guys' opinions on it. And be real, you know?
I mean, he had some valid points. Again, I think his delivery was
That delivery was way
his
off.
delivery was a bit harsh.
Yeah.
But all in all, I think he had some valid points in there. You know,
What was one valid point?
dating within your range. I mean, well, dating with expectations inside. You know what I mean? I can't make $20,000 a year and just expect that I'm gonna give me $1 million woman.
So she was making 6 figures though. And so she felt like based off of that alone, she wanted someone, you know, to, I guess, I don't even know if be on her level, but even higher than that. But I mean,
She said she wanted a 6-figure man.
yeah.
I mean, to me, that's not really far-fetched.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That really would depend on the places that you're frequenting. You know what I'm saying? Where you can't expect to find a 6-figure dude and you hanging out at like Houston Carroll's or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Do you remember what he said about her looks? Like,
Oh boy, that was hard.
but she downplayed herself.
she
Right.
did.
Like, she was like, I'm
I
a
was
five,
like,
bro.
what?
Five, bro.
She's like when I wake up. No, she said before that, after I put on my makeup, you know, a 5.
That was comical, dog.
Sis, what?
I was like,
No, she said she a 5 without it, a 6
5
with
without
Oh,
it.
she said, 6
Yeah.
with it. Okay.
So that was bad. I was
I
like,
was surprised she like, I would have been crying in a corner after that
I would
conversation.
have hung up. I would've been like,
But
She
did y'all-
stayed on the phone. I was
Did
like,
y'all catch
what?
all the way to the end?
I think
ain't
I
gonna
watched
lie,
the
When
whole
she
thing.
when she stated, she was like, "You're being harsh,"
Oh, I didn't see
and
that.
then
He was like, I'm sick of you bros. I
I'm
was
telling
like,
yeah, he was like, "Get out my
I'm like, why you
phone!"
angry?
Like,
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know why he's so upset.
Damn, it went.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, I
He was
remember
like,
that.
see, that's what I don't like about you bros. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get
he
off
went
my
off.
phone.
Get
Like,
off my phone.
whoa.
I just personally think like, who are you to tell somebody like they don't look good enough? You know, everybody sees things differently. You can't be like,
Correct.
oh, you're this,
Yeah.
you're average at best. Somebody may think she's like super fine. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So
Correct.
I just think it's weird that people really even follow this dude and everything he says. It's weird.
Ooh. And like I looked at his comments under, and I was like, oh my god. And there was like even women, you know how they call women the pick me women, who are like, I mean, she was like, I rate myself this and this, and I work out, and you know, and I'm like, I just don't feel like anybody should devalue another person. You shouldn't. Your self-worth is based off of how you feel about yourself,
Straight
right?
up.
And so anyone can tell you, like, you're gonna hear that your whole life. We were talking about earlier, we used to get made fun of for our lips. Like, I used to hate wearing lipstick. I'm not even kidding. They would make, like, because they were big.
because they're like, yeah, because like polar. Big,
I'm not even
whatever.
kidding. Like, people used to make fun of us for
Yeah.
the dumbest things or whatever. And I'm just saying, like, people are gonna always have something to say about you, but like, it really goes off of how you feel about yourself. Like,
Yeah.
for her to even start off with that, it was like it was gonna go downhill from
Exactly.
there. Like,
And I was
girl,
thinking at him like, sir, you're average at
Low
best.
key.
Like,
Yeah.
Weird. He
What
looked a
do you
little
mean?
funny. Yeah.
very strange. And then I looked at his, I don't know if that was on his YouTube or what, but he like follows people with cameras. He's
a stranger.
weird.
And he's very, I'm gonna say this, like he's very disrespectful towards women too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I watched, he had some live video he was doing, and he was talking to this woman, and he was like commenting on her butt the whole time. I'm like, dang, bro, you low key like, you don't really respect women. So
No.
he looks at women like they're lower.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why he talks to them the way he talked to them.
Correct.
He don't care, you know?
I don't know what he does for a living, but I feel like men who have money, I would say men who make 6 figures and up, I feel like sometimes they don't treat people the best. You know, like when he was saying like, oh, well, this person can go and get the baddest and you're average at best, you know? But it's like, look at it. There's like a saying like, show me a beautiful woman and I'll show you a man who's tired of fucking her. You know what I'm saying?
That
Like,
is true.
I mean, that's a very true statement.
I'm just saying.
Very true statement.
Woo!
I'm just, you know, like.
I mean, but at the end of the day, though, I mean, I feel like
Tash.
at the end of the day, the reason I would say that a lot of what he was saying is not true is because he was coming a lot on our age.
Yeah.
Like, because you're older. And typically when you get older, you tend really not to date for looks all around.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you understand, like, the looks are not everything. You know
Correct.
What I mean? You can look good and be a whole headache.
Trash. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like in that part, he was a little... Like, I mean, that's not true, but she gotta have that self-belief in herself. Her belief that she's a 5 is part of the problem.
I don't even know why
what
she
I mean?
called
I'm gonna need her at least say a 7.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
When she said
Above
5, I was
average.
like, oh, she
Like,
need to
dang.
turn
I was
this
so
off.
sad for her. Like, she needs to have a better friend group. You know what I mean? Because that's a direct reflection. Like, we don't do that whole self-talk shit. Like, that's not happening over here.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so she needs to have a better group of friends. Because
Facts.
you should lift yourself up. Like, you should never... Like, I'm so mad at her. Like,
Yeah, but he got exposed though. Like someone already said, like he's not really what he say he is.
Mm-hmm.
And I watch videos. I ain't gonna lie, I don't really like him, so I was
What
looking.
does he say he is?
He's like this fashion person or something.
Yeah,
But
that's
someone
how I
said,
Fashion.
Yeah, that's all I seen was like...
Yeah.
He kept had Tom Ford, this, and...
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I actually don't know what he does besides... I guess he
in
has
his
a radio
grandmother's
station.
basement. Like,
He must not. I just don't think, because I know y'all believe in God, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't think he's really like a believer like that. Because if you were, you wouldn't talk to people that way. And you wouldn't base life off of material things and money. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's his whole thing. So,
Like, even if you don't believe in God, like, you know what I'm saying? You know the boundaries of right and
true.
wrong and how to treat people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't even blame it on that. I just think that's the persona that has got him where he's at.
that's
Yeah.
true.
And he's running with it. You know what I mean? Like,
true.
that's
I
what's
wonder
paying
how
his
his
bills.
dating life is. Like,
He probably, I'm going to be real, I bet
Who
he
is
just,
dating him?
he's probably smashing.
Yeah.
He probably
He said
Who's
that
letting
he-
him though?
Oh, you'll be surprised.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure somebody is.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably women who don't feel too good about themselves.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I noticed, and I'm not trying to say like one way or the other, but I know like very beautiful, like who I consider super like gorgeous and have terrible insecurities,
Yes,
low
yeah.
self-esteem, you know? And I mean, same thing I could say with men. I've met men who are extremely handsome and low self-esteem, you know? And I just don't understand, like, I guess maybe like with him, I wonder like who would actually date him?
Yeah.
No one that feels good about themselves.
Somebody
Especially after
said
seeing
about
those
it.
videos.
Yeah.
There
Very
is, like on 600
somebody-
Pound Life.
That's somebody.
Somebody may
They're
bow
always
down
like
to him.
that. Like they always have a man.
Would y'all date a man like that?
A 600 pound man?
Oh, no.
Oh,
What you talking about?
I missed that part where that
all
the
that.
conversation.
I said, he said
Can't
there's
even
somebody
move.
for anybody.
Oh,
And I said
man.
like on my 600 pound life, they always got
I
somebody.
That
did hear
is
you say
true.
that.
Yeah.
They
That
do
is
always
true.
got
They
somebody.
always-
But then
have
the person
somebody.
be big too, right? Most of the time.
No, they.
Oh,
they
I ain't
don't.
watched it in a while.
I remember one
I don't
lady
think
like
they
her
come
was-
in 600 pounds. You know, I think they come.
Some of them do though.
They had to be at least
Gradually.
300 pounds. Like, you don't get that way overnight.
I mean, well, maybe 3 is acceptable, and then 6
And they be
is-
cooking the meals and everything.
Big,
Yeah.
bro. Damn.
Hey.
Ooh, let's not talk about those people.
I know.
Yeah, I
They
could
finna
go
come
on.
for us in the comments.
Low key, we're gonna end up like your boy Samuels and shit.
I'm okay with that. Who? Oh yeah.
I want
I
that
even forgot. The hell? Who? Anyways, let me put this down for a second.
So,
But
are y'all both single?
I am.
damn.
Any dates recently?
Hey y'all.
You been on a date recently, Ron?
I don't even know what to call it dates. We
What's
just
that?
meet
Why
up.
you have to
That'd
do
be
all
why they're
this?
watching this.
We just
They're
meet up.
watching.
We
Right,
just
they
meet up.
watching.
It's
You
like
say
I'll
you
go
ain't
to a
date nobody.
spot and I'll be like, come through.
Oh, come through.
I mean, I'll set up dates sometimes, but
through.
that's normally just like if I'm out and about, and I'm like, you can meet me here or whatever. But I ain't really like set up no real date in a minute.
Why?
COVID.
COVID? Okay, so before COVID.
That's not an excuse.
Exactly.
COVID.
Dang, have I? I don't even recall, man. It's been a minute.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Honestly, I'm looking for somebody who's financially literate,
Okay.
down to earth, family oriented, keeps in shape. I'm very simple. I don't really got too much
That's simple?
That is very simple.
I feel like you're really not that simple.
I think I'm simple, man, but that's
Yeah.
I don't really ask for a lot. You know, just be good with money, believe in
When
God.
they say they don't
have a
ask for a
career.
lot, they ask for a lot. But
That's
go
it.
on.
A nice person. I ain't gonna lie, my dating history been trash, so that's why I have the list that I have.
Your turn.
I mean, he pretty much hit all the points, man. And you want somebody that's gonna bring peace.
Real
to
team.
life, you know what I mean?
What does that mean
Somebody that's-
exactly?
Uh-oh.
Can
I
you
mean,
expand on
somebody
peace?
that's supportive. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times you can date somebody and y'all could be in two different points in your life. I mean, two different points, and that person might not be as supportive. You know, for what you have going on. Maybe they've passed that point, or they haven't reached that point, so they don't know anything about
Has
it.
that happened to you before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've dated people, and we're in two different parts of our life. Also, if you date somebody and the growth is not the same, like the future, expectations might not be the same. So, especially getting older, when you look for somebody, you want to look for somebody that's compatible in those type of areas.
Yeah.
And then of course you want somebody that look good too.
Yeah, I
Look good.
You gotta look at
Are
you.
looks everything?
Not everything.
They not, but okay, real talk. You gotta be physically attracted to the person. All that
True.
is
I agree, yeah.
You're not about to date someone you don't like. That you don't like looking
Nicole
at
be
physically.
trying to convince me to date somebody ugly.
Oh,
son. I'm like, I'm not
absolutely
doing it.
I do not want
You
to
gonna
date
cheat.
someone's ugly son. That is so rude.
gonna
I'm just
cheat.
saying,
Like,
like,
I'm like, no.
I'm
like-
just saying, like, not everybody is like. I think for me, it was more of a be open-minded because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody is the most beautiful person to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up, dude. Like
And I just
what?
feel like the reason why is because beauty fades. And that's a fact.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you could be super tiny now. Girl, you might have 3 kids and not maybe about 600 pounds, but you know what I'm saying? Things change. And is your man going to be like, oh, I don't like this and make you feel bad about yourself? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Or vice versa. You know? Like, I don't know. I just feel like, I'm not saying date someone's ugly son. Okay. You're rude. I did not. I'm just saying, like, you should just maybe look beyond a person's physicality.
Yeah, they got to be more than physical.
attracted
Yeah.
to it.
That's-
At
at
least
least
an initial-
mental and physically. You could get
Yeah.
someone that you're compatible with in both areas. Like I feel like,
No, you know what? I think about it. You're right.
because you can't just be like, all right, they not cute, but they got a good mind. No, you could get
Yeah.
someone that got both now. You know what I'm saying?
I've tried.
Y'all
it,
have a
but-
types?
You mean like a physical?
He does.
A physical
No,
type?
Yes.
I don't think I do. but
I believe you.
a lot of my friends say I do.
Same
What is it?
here, man.
The fake Instagram model type?
Nah.
Don't lie.
I mean, I love real women. I don't want you to be fake. But I don't know. Everybody say I go for the brighter chicks, but I don't know.
Yeah. It sounds
I don't know. I don't think it's
Whoa.
Brighter as in lights.
Like
light
light-skinned.
skinned. Yeah, like
Light-skinned.
light-skinned. You feel
Oh,
me?
Okay, with the did on the end.
You don't like that chocolate?
Oh, this guy.
Damn.
I love all shades.
Damn.
I love all shades.
What?
That is
Easy on
my
my
friends
toes.
that say
All
that.
right,
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, another thing that I think is important when dating is like I feel like you should be able that person in order for it to last has to be almost like a best friend. Y'all gotta be able to talk about
agree
it,
with that.
and you know what I mean. So if you have somebody where you feel like you have to shade a part of yourself or not be yourself in that area,
Yeah.
I feel like that might not be that person. You know what I mean?
No,
For
you're
you.
right.
Like you should be able to openly whatever
Correct.
talk about whatever.
I
and-
agree.
What's your type, Ron?
Look, just like he said, my friends say I have a type, but look, I ain't gonna lie.
Your friends,
So what do your friends say? What do your friends say?
I like what I
Yeah.
like. You know what I'm saying?
What's-
But
what do you
they said with
lighter
What is wrong with
skin?
Yeah, they said that,
y'all?
but
It's
listen,
a colonization.
But check
You
this
know
out.
what?
No, let me explain.
No,
If you look at my,
you've been with some chocolate.
that's what I'm
baddies.
saying, and exactly.
Oh, okay.
He's been with some beautiful chocolate.
Where are they at? Because I didn't see
Then
it.
they
on
gone
Instagram.
now.
It didn't last,
But-
but he.
Yeah, it didn't last, but it was
him.
fun.
It was.
They were both really.
Damn.
Yeah.
I love me a chocolate queen now.
What if they watch this? It's crazy.
They probably would.
Hopefully, slide in our DMs. Like, we're gonna take her. Be on our show next.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Ron.
I don't
Currently
feel like you have a
single.
light-skinned preference. I'll say that about you. I
Yeah,
don't feel like
that's
you do.
what I'm saying. They're basing it on when I was younger. You know, I grew up. I don't care now. You
Yeah.
gotta look good, but I just don't care about the skin tone.
What's like one of the biggest turnoffs for you
Ooh, I can't wait in the what?
in a woman?
Oh, I just said in the morning. I just said in the morning. Loud.
Hey, like that.
Just
Y'all will never date.
I don't-
Hey,
don't
loud
like
sound.
bougie. Don't like bougie women.
Oh, you.
Yeah, y'all will never date.
And
not that.
you know the women like they just can't trust you no matter what. I can't deal with that. Like
That's hard.
heal before you even try to date.
That's
Straight up.
Bad.
No,
I agree with that.
That's real.
Yeah.
Because you can't. You will literally just fuck up the next thing that comes into your. Trust me, I know this from experience. Like, you know, like if you haven't healed, then you will not. I think I waited for a while. I was married, so
Oh,
divorced. Thank God.
Oh, good.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Lord. But I was with the same person for a long time, so I feel like it took me a little bit to even want to date. And then when I finally started, it was a fucking disaster. Like, I just dating from when I was younger to like dating when I'm in my 30s. Like, this shit is terrible.
It's
like,
different. It's wild.
it is not the same at all. Like, it's horrendous. But
Yeah, I gave up on it, low key. I did.
are you still dating, you see?
Yeah,
I know you do.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
Yeah, straight up.
I mean, I love meeting people. You know what I mean? So I'm cool with the. I feel like the dating part of getting to know somebody is usually the best part. You know what I mean? Because that's when, you know, you're outgoing, you just enjoying one another. So to me, that's like one of the best parts, the getting to know you phase. You know what I mean? Now that later on,
Now that's what gets shaky.
after the first year or so, when you start seeing the, I don't know, if I
Nobody gonna
really.
be perfect forever.
I mean, I know, but that's when you got to make a decision. Like, can
You
I?
too picky.
Can
So
I-
wait, you sit
Nah, he's speaking facts
Man,
though.
come on, that's
A year
real.
later?
What do they say? Most
You should know
relationships
this
go
in 3
through that
months.
what the first year.
No. Within about
How
3
you gonna know
months.
everything about?
But
a person
listen,
in a
within
year?
about 3
You're not.
months, you should definitely like see like deal breakers, things you like. You should know red flags immediately. But I think a good 3 months is like, yo, I know how this person is. I know how they're gonna be. This is
In
something I won't be
90
able to
days.
deal with. Yes.
Are y'all living together or
A year.
Are you? That's what I'm saying. Are y'all not living together? So
I
you
will
don't
fight
know.
you in the streets if you
You don't
dated me for
even know.
a year and then be like, you know what? I don't know, Nicole.
Right.
I don't know.
Everybody has flaws. You gotta just expect that.
That-
I'm
you
not
got
saying
to.
don't have.
A lot of us stuck with y'all through quarantine. When
Exactly.
You couldn't get those haircuts.
When y'all was ashy, elbows,
You was looking
cutting
crazy.
people.
I'm single. Then current
Okay.
team men, it didn't matter. But
What's the worst date you've been on?
Ooh.
Like we just talked about holidays in our last month, so what's
And we had some great examples. Horrendous.
Nicole especially.
I don't really think I've been on any bad days.
Never?
Just awkward
What?
moments.
Not like that.
Well, y'all live in
We've been
Houston.
through it.
Y'all live in Houston, and I feel like the
So do
dating
I.
pool. Well, now the dating pool in Houston is so much better than the dating pool in Austin. No, you guys have no idea.
I want to go back. Though.
Yeah, it's better as far as like I don't know about y'all, but I mainly just date black men.
Yeah.
So in Austin, when I
Same.
was dating, it was all
They're
factories
literally,
and-
yeah. There's like
And Connors?
barely any black
Yeah.
available men in Austin. Like,
Yeah. And the ones that are available.
they're like, oh my god, I haven't been on a date with a black woman in forever. I'm like, oh,
Wow.
you're that guy. Like,
Wow.
no, for real. It's
Yeah, like I don't usually like black women, but you're cute.
correct. Or they'll be like, so are you like all the way black? I'm like, oh god. There we go. Like,
Wow.
yes.
I never dated on my race.
I definitely cannot see myself dating outside of a black.
Real talk. I actually kind of try to.
Yeah, right.
I love all colors, but it's
Thanks, BC.
love my
Yeah,
sisters, man.
And that's how we feel about black men. Like, I remember Shay was like, I'm thinking of like dating, like when she was still in Austin, and I was like, she's like, I'm thinking of like maybe trying. I was like, girl, no, they just fetishize us. Like, they're straight up. I've had like two Asian guys, a white guy, and they're straight up like, so I just really want to fuck a black girl. I'm like, oh, okay, well, you came to the wrong place. Like, like, what? Yeah. So.
Just straight up told you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually appreciate that more.
That's
Are y'all
true.
straight about your expectations?
I was just about to say, I think that's actually the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
Like,
It's
you
just
should
like,
be-
dang. I'm trying to think. Would I say that?
Yeah.
Probably not. But.
You should. Like, if you know that
If
you
that's
are
like
not,
what you're wanting, then
then just be straight up with
be
it.
honest.
I think women appreciate it more when you. I know some of y'all are like,
Even
I don't
if
know
they
if that's
get
my
mad.
experience.
Yeah.
Possibly if they wanted more from you, but it's better for me to know up front what you want from me versus you like stringing me along and then telling me, and I'm
That's
like
true.
disappointed, you know?
Yeah.
Just the way you say that. I never fucked a black
Yeah.
girl.
I mean, I might block you, but the next person might be all for it.
Okay,
Exactly.
that
And you just have to deal with that. I mean, that's what that comes with your expectations, you know?
From my experience, ladies like to be able to make that decision. You know what I mean? Like, if you give them,
Agree.
if you let them make that decision, then it's okay. If you take that decision away from them,
They get upset.
when dudes be lying, and
Yeah.
then it's a little bit of a bad situation.
Yeah.
You know, just give. I mean, that's really with anybody though. Like, let me make the decision if I want to deal with you or not on whatever level or whatever you have you going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me make the decision, and you know.
Have you ever led somebody on? Don't lie.
Probably in my younger days.
Okay.
I haven't always made the best decisions.
I know I have.
Yeah, I haven't always made.
Have
the
you?
best decisions.
Yes.
I know. Like, I didn't have to ask.
Yeah. It's. I don't know, man. It's happened. It wasn't on purpose, but I don't know,
wasn't it?
man.
Like,
It's just
a little bit.
I like to talk to people, and then they get close, and then it's like
This is the I didn't even know, dude. Like,
it's crazy, but I'm really like that though. Like, I don't lie to them or nothing. It's just they get attached, and then I'm like, you know what? I ain't feeling this.
what are you doing? Giggling?
Hmm?
Like in their ear? Like
Make
whispering?
them laugh and stuff. You know, women like laughing.
That's true.
Okay.
So I got a question.
I mean, it's facts.
Oh, you got a
once
question.
once you, this is for y'all. So once you know that this person may not be the one, do you immediately cut it off, or do you? 'Cause that can be
You
a
have
form
to
of
think
leading
about
on
that
too.
one,
That's true. I think women more so try to give more chances. I feel like we're stupid as hell, and we'll be like, maybe eventually they'll get, you know what I mean? And then we realize we're wasting our time. So I guess, yeah, to a certain extent, I have. But to be honest with you, like when I'm done, like Tash, I'm done. Like, I'm kind of rude about it. Like,
Yeah.
it's over with. Like,
I just cut it off. I don't even like hanging out with somebody or spending time if I don't like you like that. Like,
Yeah.
I've had friends that be like, "No, girl, give them free meals," and like,
no,
I'm not the type
it's
of
never
person,
worth
like,
Oh,
it.
see, like a
It's
good
never
group of women
worth
right
it.
here.
No, and that's true.
I don't want to have to talk to you for another second just to get
Correct.
this meal. Like,
And that's true. There are people who literally, we were talking about that, like, I seen this story about this guy who went on a date, I think, because we're in like some of the same groups online on Facebook. And this guy went on a date with this girl, and she requested that he paid for her child's like to-go meal.
I seen that.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
I would never. And I'm like, what in the hell? Like, no. Like, we don't. I think people like who have their own, take care of themselves, etc. We're not like, if I'm going out with you, it's because I genuinely have interest in you. But I'm not gonna sit through a horrible meal just for food. I can buy my own.
Yeah, so
Like,
in fact, if I offer to pay, it's because I don't want to see you.
oh my god, it's so true.
I'll be like,
you
no,
know what?
I'll
pay
pay
for it, or
myself.
yeah,
Because we're never seeing each other again.
literally we do that. Like, I'm good actually. I'm
Yeah, no.
gonna
yeah, as a man, I would know
like-
it's a wrap. If you-
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Damn, I have never had that happen, so I hope.
Real talk, bro. That's
I never
wild.
had-
I did it before. The guy like
experience.
came. He was like, I don't have a job, and I'm thinking, oh,
What is he doing?
Hold on.
yep, that's happened to me.
He said, I don't have a job right now. I'm like, oh, I'm thinking maybe it was like COVID. You know what I mean? I was like, so it was COVID. He's like, well, I lost it before that. I was like, oh, okay. And so then I'm like, okay, that's cool, whatever. I'm like, so what do you do? And he's like, well, he lives at home with his mom and dad. Again, I'm not automatically like, that's a deal breaker. but I just needed to know more. And I was like, so I'm thinking he must have did it because of COVID.
Yeah.
No, he'd been living there for years. So I made a
No
joke.
goals?
I made a joke. I was like, so your mom does your laundry? He's like, I mean, yeah. I'm like,
Oh boy.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And so at this point, I'm like, I'm gonna have to pay for this whole meal because like this guy's poor. I'm just kidding. I don't know if
He
he's
didn't
poor.
even tell you like, hey, I'm about to do this. He's just like,
Nope.
I've been staying there.
And collecting unemployment. And I'm like, okay. And so I go, you know what? We should go half on this. You know what I mean? Like I'll pay for. Let's just split it down the middle.
How
You know
old
what I
is he?
mean? He was 33, 34 years old. And so exactly.
He must got a big house.
I'm mad at the first thing you thought of.
No, I'm saying.
Mom and
he
dad
had
are
fake
balling.
hair.
But no goals.
Remember the guy? He had fake dreads. I didn't remember when he showed up. Remember I said this is what he looked like and this is what he showed up like.
When he balling.
No, when he shut up. When the pictures I saw, he had like a fresh cut, like I don't know what those are called, low cut. When he showed up, he had dreads.
You didn't laugh?
No,
Bro, I would have been.
dying.
I was because they were up, they were pulled up, so I couldn't quite tell. But that wasn't even the deal breaker for me. It was everything else, and I was like,
I'm in shock. Like
you always have something funny to say. You didn't say something funny.
I told you the laundry joke. I thought, but it was true, and I was like, oh damn, that's my best
he was
work.
probably sitting there thinking.
That's my best material I had.
He probably was like, yeah, I got her. That's crazy.
And then hold on, and then so I was like, let's just go half. Do you know this man? After the bill came, he's like, actually, I want to order some dessert to go. I want to get some for my mom. I swear to God.
Oh, wow.
I swear to God. And so I was like, so hold on, let's make sure I have this correct. You're adding on some dessert that I'm not even eating. Yeah.
So
and
you assume that
he
he didn't
don't even try to be the devil's advocate. He's out of line. And so the bill came, and he had like $100 bill. And at first I was like, I should make him pay for this whole thing. I was so mad. But he's like, how are we gonna pay for it? I was like, well, I'll tell her to put half on my card, and you can just pay the rest in cash. I don't know.
I'm gonna be real. That's confidence
Yeah.
to show up with no money.
Well, he had
No, he had
a
it.
$100 bill, yeah. And he's like, how are we gonna do this?
He didn't
Oh,
Yeah, because that's how I was like, let me pay for half of this because I wasn't gonna. It's my fault.
Finesse the game.
It's my fault.
Hey, y'all do that all the
Really?
time. So
You assume.
I have never finessed.
I'll
playing
be
the game.
I always come prepared.
Not in that
to
way.
myself.
Me too. I always bring my stuff because you
was
never
possible.
know.
God
But
damn.
did you know this man got mad afterwards that I didn't give him a chance? Like, I swear to God, he got mad afterwards.
Yeah, he got issues though. But
Yeah,
it's-
clearly.
Yeah, he got.
But
Well,
he got
let me
mad.
take that back. I can't judge him. Maybe he see life from a different point
From
of
his
view.
mother's basement.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe
Yeah.
he does. I can't judge him.
From his
He's
mother.
just not for you. He's just not for you. Maybe some other woman be cool with that. They can go.
No one.
You'd be surprised.
Maybe like a 22-year-old.
You'd be surprised.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That sounds similar to what happened to me, what I talked about the last time with that guy that showed up to the restaurant. He was like, by the way, I'm broke. It's happened to me.
Yes,
Like,
that happened to her.
He walked in and
he
said,
Ubered to the date. He didn't have a car because he said he got in like a car wreck. And I was like, okay,
That's understandable.
That's understandable. He was like, by the way, I'm broke. He was like,
Literally
you
at the
can
date.
get a drink though.
And she came
I was
hungry
hungry.
because it's a date.
So I ordered myself the steak and the baked
And she
potato.
ate in front of
And I ate
him.
it. He had like a water and stuff sitting across from me.
Where do y'all meet these men?
Calm down.
Like,
Like y'all just
The streets.
That's a really
Y'all
good
just
question.
driving around
The
with-
streets from whence you guys
Where
came.
y'all
he
hanging
had no
out?
place to stay. He was couch surfing on friends' couches.
And got mad at her.
Yeah. The next day, he messaged me on Facebook because his phone got shut off because he didn't have no money, and he asked to crash on my couch for a while.
How old is he?
And he got pissed at me because
After
I
the
said
first date that he did?
no.
Yes, after the first date that
Cussed
he
me out
drank
because I
water.
wouldn't let him stay with
These
me.
men are. Some of these men are crazy.
Y'all don't understand. Like I see why some women finesse y'all because like the bullshit we had to go through prior to. But
I'm
like I'm
suffering
just
because of that. That's wild.
that's wrong. Like you said, heal first. You know,
Heal
what I mean?
first.
I know both of you guys are dads too.
I am.
Has that have any complications with your dating life?
No.
No.
When you decide, okay, I'm gonna let my son meet this person.
Good question.
When I get super serious, don't get me wrong, my son has like seen some of the women that I thought would be potentials, but they're not around my son like that. Like, nah, I'm not gonna do that unless I know
Yeah, I
that
wouldn't
I'm about
either.
to put a ring on his girl finger. Then you could be around my son all the time. Other than that, nah, I don't want him to get attached to anybody.
Yeah.
that I'm not about to be with.
Has
Do
he
you feel
ever-
like you have to like notify the mom and like let her know, hey, I'm
Yeah.
dating this person?
Me and her have a really very good co-parenting
That's
relationship.
good.
So
That's
I
good.
communicate
That's
with her the same way
very
she communicates with me.
She's a real one.
It's got me stuttering.
He started before this, guys. Like, no, just kidding. What about you?
It'll be I'm not gonna say a minute, but like you say, you definitely have to know that
Sure.
there's somebody that you are really pursuing to meet, my son, or,
Yeah.
in that area. But I don't know about the timeline. I don't have a specific.
Yeah.
I think when you
90
know, you
days.
just know.
Yeah, it's
Like, we
I
know
agree.
guys who literally
Yeah.
just let their kids meet whoever.
Yeah.
I
Like,
agree. Yeah, I've seen that too.
I was dating a guy once that started calling his daughter our daughter. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have to
Yo,
I'm gonna have to exit this chat immediately.
I've never heard this story.
Have y'all met anybody?
Yeah.
What? You never stop it.
I'm playing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, the thing is like, it's something we've had, like, I'm telling you, our dating lives could probably be on a movie or something. Like,
Yeah.
it's horrendous. But, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to. I have kids. I have 2, and I was married previously. So, like, it took me such a long time to even want to date somebody, like, seriously. I couldn't imagine. Like, I know women who literally do the same thing. Let their kids meet whoever.
Yeah, I've seen that
Absolutely not. Like, I would never want my children to see an example of people coming in and out of the home and out of their lives. I would never do that, So I just don't want, I would never want that to be something that in their memory.
Yeah.
You
And that's
know?
dangerous too, man.
Real talk.
Because if y'all fall off, people do stuff to hurt you.
Correct.
Real talk. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I don't have any kids. So when he said our daughter, I was like, huh?
Yeah, he wow.
Like what?
I can't wait for you to have
He's
kids.
making you a mom.
And it takes them.
He definitely seen you in his future.
Real talk.
I didn't see it. So.
But what I can say with does it mess things up? Now with the insecure women I've came across, once they see what my child's mother looked like, then I noticed that's when the insecurities
Oh
come out.
no.
Yeah, because she's really attractive, so they'll do this, they'll snoop,
You gotta show me the picture
they
later.
snoop right,
Oh, he-
and they'll look and they be like, they compare themselves to her like,
Dang.
then it's like they be acting weird. It's weird. That's happened to me a couple times. I'm like,
That's super insecure.
I'm
It's just-
attracted to you. That's my child's mother. Like, why are you?
They
We're
shouldn't
not
be
together.
compared. It's
Why are you
different.
like so worried about her?
Yeah.
They're like, oh,
that's
she
weird.
look too good. You definitely messing with her still. That's kind of how.
That's
they
a red flag.
Oh yeah, trust me. And that's
No. They'll go through your
thing I'm
phone.
saying.
They'll bust out your
That's a
windows.
huge red
Like,
flag,
no.
man.
I don't have red flags. Like, you've never dated somebody who like came to your home or like fucked your shit up or anything.
Not fucking my shit up, but yeah, you definitely have some red flags and some.
How do you know it's a red flag? What's a red flag?
What you mean? There's so many red flags.
Because we're women, so we don't know what
his
you're
is a perfect example. Like the insecure
Insecurity.
statements. You know what I mean? The snooping. If she
Straight
start
up.
Because
going
you be
through
playing
your,
with people.
No. I mean, people will go through your phone regardless.
Straight up.
They don't
Never
have to
went through
have
anybody's phone.
I mean, I've heard ladies say, it's just too good to be true, and that will lead to them doing some.
Okay.
Yeah,
So hold on.
that's
Let me
true.
make sure I got this correct, BC. So you don't be playing around people's hearts?
Nah, I wouldn't do that. Nah, I wouldn't.
Can you zoom in on that?
Hey, I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
really
know.
gonna feel like it, people know. You know what I'm saying?
He be playing. He's lying. Like,
It's really gonna
literally.
feel like it, man.
What are y'all's deal breakers?
We got quiet.
That's kind of.
You know you have a bunch, though. Like,
Wait, do y'all date single mothers? Will you date a woman with
that's a
kids?
good idea. Good question.
I will. I don't have a. I mean, my mom was a single mom, so I don't have a problem. I mean, well, not my whole life, but growing up at a point, she was a single mom, so I don't have anything against. As long as she's, as long as the other areas line up, you know what I mean. She's supportive. She's a good vibe, like they say now. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool.
Do you only have one son?
I only have one son. Yeah.
Let's say she has like 3 kids, maybe 2 dads.
No, not to be me.
I mean, probably at this point, nah, I wouldn't.
No,
do the multiple. I mean, and that's just my personal preference. I feel like that's a lot that comes with that. You know what I mean? Like you gotta meet 2 different fathers from previous. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have to vibe. You're in a relationship with all of them now.
That's true. Yes, sir.
What I mean?
What if she was married and had 4 kids?
I mean,
I have a friend like that.
I mean,
and it was just that one person, but she was married, had 4 kids. I mean, when you get married, you don't think it's going to end in a divorce if you have children.
I get it. I mean, I just personally probably wouldn't be like,
someone for everybody.
Have you dated somebody with no kids?
Yeah.
Are they understanding of you and your schedule, like being a father and stuff like that?
Oh, this was a while ago. This was like years ago. You know what I'm saying? But first of all, if you can't align with my child, then that's automatic deal breaker.
Gotta go.
You know, because he's not going nowhere.
Hit the door.
You know,
you didn't have your son until you were like way older too, right?
Yeah,
like you were a lot older. Yeah.
For me, with no kids, I'm okay with dating somebody with 1, but I need to know like the whole story.
Before you were not open at all.
I need to know the mother isn't showing up to bust windows. Like it's not a toxic situation.
I feel
like
interview.
That's gonna be real.
Like I need to know when's the last time you and the baby mom were together. I need to know the whole story from start to finish.
Because next thing you know, he has a 2-month-old, and you're like, you didn't tell me that.
I don't date somebody with like a newborn baby. Like your kid was born yesterday. Don't take me on a date today.
No newborn.
They tried that. They tried that.
Define newborn. Is it like 3?
Wow. If you gotta define it, they're too
6
young.
months? Like,
No. Anything under like a
for me,
year?
at least a 5-year-old.
Really,
for
Tash?
me, yes, at least a 5-year-old.
Well, you
like,
shouldn't talk to
if
them.
you're 6 months, I don't know why you're trying to talk to me.
6
like,
months,
you should be
no.
teaching them how to
You were just
walk and
freshly in that
Yes, pop them
vagina.
out.
Like,
Crazy.
stop. Cut it out.
that was over a year ago. It took 9 months to have the baby. The baby 6 months.
You still messing with her. Stop playing.
I like
you literally
older
messed with her
kids.
right before she gave birth. Like,
older
stop.
kids.
Dang, 5?
But you
the
know
last
what?
man I talked to, his daughter was like 13. So
How old is he? 40?
No, he was only like 32.
He was a teen dad. You know what I mean? That happens.
So he had a grown, like,
She wants the kids already
she does her
going to
own thing.
college.
Me and her can go to the club together in a couple of years. It's all
But once a
good.
date a 30-year-old. Like, how, Tash?
Perfect.
So she's doing her first semester in college?
Exactly.
And I'm helping her move in. She grown.
No, it's not.
Ooh,
It's not.
We going to happy hour together soon?
No.
She cool.
The expectation is not clear. But yeah, you didn't tell me any of your deal breakers, Ron. Like
I was thinking. I pretty much told you, like, you gotta.
hella.
I can't deal with the insecurity. That gets me. I can't deal with it. Because you insecure, you're gonna be insecure about so much stuff.
You triggered by the insecurity.
Yes, I am. Yes, because I had incidences where I'm like, bro, like, you're really tripping over that. Like, I had my homegirl hug me, right, when I walked into an event. This particular person was like, oh yeah, she wants you. I'm like, bro.
I mean, she might.
No, we just hugged. Hey, friend.
How she hug you?
People I don't.
Hold on. How did she hug you? Exactly.
No, I'm laughing because it's like we're just friends.
Okay, so she had her titties on your chest.
I come with you. Listen,
Toxic.
listen. I come to the function with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Like, dang, like I'm kidding you. What you worried about her for?
I mean, that is true.
I'm dancing with you. You still, she wants you. I'm like, bro, come on now.
You know why she did that? Because she do stuff like that. Them hugs.
Probably, yes, sir. Yeah, she
when they give those kind of hugs, I know what she.
Because I be doing it.
I be doing it.
How do you know? Like, it might be. Like,
Was it like a hug, like
I
with
read
two arms?
blogs.
oh, do you?
Or was it like a side?
It wasn't. It was a.
I give
full
this
body.
to your friends.
She probably like 2 to 1 leg up. You know?
trying to think, man. It was
Are you
just,
trying to
got one leg.
I kind of walked in faded. I just remember it was a hug, and then I just remember
She walked
getting
in
questioned.
faded. Yeah, okay. She probably like slow, like.
I was like,
She's like, I don't know what your problem is. It was just a kiss with
it's gonna be
tongue.
a problem. What's your deal breaker, though, man?
Insecurity.
see, that's
Very insecure. I would say, yeah. That's gonna be. I mean, because everybody has their own self.
Yeah.
Insecurity is about whatever, but like that unfaithful insecurity thing, yeah, that's a no-go. If you can't, like she said, she don't really like to date people with kids at a certain age. Like if for some reason she didn't, couldn't vibe with my kid or something, of course that's automatic deal breaker.
Yeah.
So I mean, just little stuff like that, you know what I mean? But other than that, like I'm open to the whole dating. And like I
What
said,
about women who drink or smoke too much, or if you don't do it yourself, or you know what I mean?
that could be a deal breaker also. Anything, I guess, as long as whatever she's doing is not excessive, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like she's just not drunk every night. And in the club. You know what I mean? Just excessive with it. And, I mean, we all like to have our drinks and or whatever it is you do. I mean, that's cool, but as long as it's not excessive.
What
Okay.
about, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. So back to insecurities, because a lot of men will act like, oh, she's doing too much. She just gave me a hug. But if they see you give your male friend a hug, they're in their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you feel like that makes
So,
you mad? Or
elaborate.
I know some men, I would be dead to them if
regular
I gave somebody a hug.
He
You
ain't
feel
like
I was
hugging,
disrespecting him or
like
something.
that. It just boom.
Man, the insecurities go both ways. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying?
It
So
really
it's
does.
there are men who have the same insecurities.
Have y'all ever felt insecure about like a woman you were with? Like you felt insecurities that you felt like she caused on you?
When I was younger.
When you're younger.
Yes, but I mean, as I got older, like insecurity. You have to be secure with yourself. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, it's like it doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? We go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And you know somebody, hey, this is my friend from wherever. I'm not gonna give it a second thought about it or in a negative way, unless you give me reason somewhere along along the line. We chilling at 2 a.m. and then he texted you, hey, what you doing?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Then it's gonna be like, wait a minute, okay, this is the same guy from the. I don't know about that, but just a hug or just meeting somebody, or seeing somebody doesn't bother me.
Now, I really wouldn't call it insecure as a man if you notice something that her male friend's doing and you catch it and you bring it up to her. That's not, to me, really being insecure. Because I had that happen before. And come to find out, when we broke up, they ended up dating. So the things that I was
that's not cool.
questioning her about, I wasn't tripping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just...
That happens to us. We're like, well, not necessarily, but I see that more in women. Like when we're like, I feel like this about you. You know what I'm saying? And then it comes true.
Real tea, man. I remember they posted. I'll never forget. I was working at HEB warehouse. I was driving that little cart, and I remember I was at this time I was still kind of sprung on her. I was looking at her pictures, and she posted a picture with him. I was crushed. I was like, damn, I knew it. Yeah, that was back then. I don't give a fuck.
Some more.
Now we I'm good. I'm better. But that was back when I was like 23. I'm 29 now, so that was a minute ago.
That was a minute ago.
Okay.
Dang, you impressed looking at them
Baby.
pictures?
I was at work.
He was at work and scrolled through his.
I was so
not
mad.
getting shit done. Like goddamn.
Right.
No, real talk. That day was
fired.
bad. I didn't give a shit. I was.
Have you had days like that when you're at work and you don't give a fuck because of what you're going through? Like, you know what? Fuck it.
Those days happen a lot.
I knew that nigga like.
Aww, that's too
I
bad.
didn't give you that. It's all
Y'all had
good.
y'all's heart broken before?
No, absolutely.
Everybody think about
Oh well.
it. You've been the heartbreaker your whole
That's a
life.
lie. That's a lie.
Oh, okay.
That's not true.
That's for sure.
Sure.
That's not true. Don't listen to that.
I'm pretty sure everybody here had their heart broken.
Yeah, only once.
How about that?
No, you had.
She said, I'm with that.
You never had your heart broken.
Me?
You want to admit it.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna front her out.
Maybe, but I don't say it on camera.
Yeah, we're different personalities. Tasha's, I'm more like fuck it. Tasha's like my little heart.
Yeah, I'm
like,
way more
girl,
my
fuck
feelings.
him.
I'm definitely my heart. I'm an
Yeah.
emotional Pisces.
It takes
You
him
are
a
a
bit.
Pisces.
Yeah, we're really.
Wait, what's your sign?
We Aquarius.
What was that reaction for?
Wait, what's your
Pisces,
sign?
y'all.
Oh
We
yeah,
emotional.
Ugh.
We were
Shaking
hard
head at the greatest
Ugh.
sign in the
A
zodiac.
Scorpio. He's a Leo.
Leo's cool. I like you. What are you?
I'm a Scorpio.
All the way, just
Oh,
Ooh, we.
they're the best. Like, wait a
Pisces
minute.
and Scorpio.
But Pisces and Scorpios are like this. Like,
Yeah.
they're actually
Explain the
they're
light.
supposed to be they're supposed to be like their perfect match.
I actually looked at my.
Nobody
perfect
loves a
match
Leo more than a Leo, so I don't know about that.
For me, I actually
Yeah.
wrote this in my phone. I think mine is.
that's the problem. You have to find somebody that
Exactly.
loves you more than you.
Jesus, what's wrong with y'all?
Wait, do y'all believe in zodiac signs? It's just
To an
fun to look
extent,
at.
yeah.
I just feel like there's so many similarities. I think everything is connected. Like personally,
Real
like
talk.
everything is it just, you know.
With
So
energy,
yeah, I feel like everything is just like even when you look at like the Farmer's Almanac, when you look at astrology, astronomy,
The farmers, what? Can you repeat that?
Farmer's Almanac.
Okay.
You never looked at that? I feel like
You
they
heard of
predict.
I
You never heard of it?
I say,
Yeah.
okay,
I
okay.
just
I'm like, what?
I made a mental note. I'm like, I'm gonna Google that later.
You should. Oh my God! Yay!
I was looking at farmers. I'm
The
like,
fuck?
you gonna have to backtrack.
I talked to her about organ harvesting last time, how they're
You did.
taking our black
Oh,
organ.
man.
She's like, Nicole,
And I
what
was
the
like,
hell are you?
what?
I heard
Like,
about
where's
that,
this going?
It's true.
Wow,
Y'all
people
listen.
weird, huh? Oh, you look at that nigga, I want his liver. Like, that's crazy.
It's not that because they don't care about us. They be harvesting our little, our baby. They steal us.
It's gotta be overseas.
Cause that's
No,
where the
here.
movie Get
It's
Out
in
came
Houston?
from.
What's it called?
Was it Get Out? Wasn't that what?
Get
I-
Out.
Yeah,
I never
yeah,
seen
it did
it.
have that concept
I
thing.
never
Yeah.
seen Get Out.
But no, yeah, like they were talking about like how all these missing black kids, and it's just like crazy. And then they found like this truck that had all these like organs in them. Like y'all should look this up. Like
Now, I know
it's
homeless
real.
people,
It's true.
they attack them because a lot of times either Jane Doe or John Doe's.
Correct.
So I know that's true, but I don't know about a nigga just walking to his house and then they like, you know?
Well, I mean, they take them, they steal them. There's so many, like, and that's why they feel like we're just not. There is a movie on I think Netflix or something, and it's called like it has to do with like Brooklyn. Y'all know who Jesus and Mero are? Oh, y'all gotta watch
What?
them.
They're
They
hilarious.
are
I gotta send that to me.
hilarious.
They're
You
hilarious.
guys have got to watch them. They are everything. But like one of them is starring in a movie, and it's about like these little black kids in Brooklyn. It's about gentrification. It's really good. You would like it a lot. But it kind of touches base on that. Like they take us and no one cares. You know how like when we get stolen or kidnapped, we're never national news. You know what I mean? So. Y'all should look at that. Organ harvesting is real.
This took a turn.
Yeah. I'm all sad. I'm like,
Deal breakers to this, to
Take
depression.
it.
Sorry, guys.
That's
Have darkness in me.
It got real dark. Quick.
She got lit about it though. Organ harvesting, you heard about it?
You know what the farmer's almanac? He's like, what?
We were all like, what?
look that up.
It's right up there.
Alright, my bad.
But yeah.
Have y'all been in love?
Aww.
Nah. I thought I was, but
What?
now that
I
when
said
I
that
look
too,
at
that
the
very
Bible
love.
about love,
Ugh.
oh, I was not in love.
No.
I don't know what I was in.
was in
It was
lust.
lust and thought it was love and confusion.
What is being in love?
What the Bible says is a quote. I don't know
I agree
word
with
for
that.
word.
I agree
Patient,
with that. Kind.
Don't keep no
records of
records
wrong.
of wrong. Yeah.
Well, we're going by the Bible.
I don't know word for word.
This man don't even know what sentence.
He's like,
He's like, yeah, that's right.
I mean, but y'all understand. Y'all know what I'm talking about, though.
when's the last time you read the Bible?
Man.
I'm gonna be honest. I look at certain pages.
Okay.
I go on a little
Certain
Bible
pages.
app because
And then-
nobody people who gon' I mean, nobody just sit there from the beginning to the end.
I tried.
I
It
need
was
to do
rough.
segments and apply it to my
I haven't
life.
read the
I can't
Bible in a
just
while.
yeah.
What about you? Have you ever been in love? I know you have.
Yeah, I think I've been in love. Like, I mean, I don't know if it's gonna go by the Bible's definition, but I've definitely had that feeling of, you know, you have that person that you just want to be, or genuinely want to be around. They it seems like they complete you. You know what I mean?
Lucky man.
Yeah, pretty cool.
They lit over here.
They are, dang.
You? What do you
I
mean
ain't
they
gonna lie,
are?
I keep-
You?
I'm
Y'all are
finishing
lit.
this.
Oh, us? Clearly I'm lit because I know you're talking about
I feel
us.
like they really are. Girl, what?
Yes, you're right.
It's kind of strong.
It is, though.
My S is probably making no sense, but
But yeah, I
Drink
feel like
responsibly.
please. But yeah, I feel like you know when you're in love.
Yeah.
I think I've only been in love once, and it wasn't to who I was married to.
ooh that's just wow, powerful.
So when did you When did you realize?
What's
Was it after the marriage? Was it during the marriage?
No, I knew beforehand. Like he'd asked me prior, and I said no.
Wow.
And because I did, and I thought that I could grow to love him. Like I really did, because I knew I could be a good wife, but I wasn't sure if he could be a good husband.
Gotcha.
So, but there was a lot of insecurities in it. Like he was really insecure, and it took me a lot of what can I do more to make him feel better.
Like in what ways was he insecure?
Yeah, like he would bring up my ex-boyfriend a lot. Like I didn't date a lot before him, so he'd bring up my ex-boyfriend a lot, and I used to be so confused. Like, what am I doing to make him feel this way? Like an idiot.
So
you know?
let me
go on.
So that you don't think that's love?
What do you mean?
Like in from your angle.
Love,
like
yes.
That
in
you
love,
were,
no.
I got it. Okay.
Do you know like
that makes sense.
Do you know like our background, our childhood, what we see, what's mirrored for us is sort of what manifests itself until we realize that something's wrong with us. You know how we picture love. Prior to that, I thought love was sticking it out through anything.
Gotcha.
Because my parents were married. I did grow up with a 2-parent household.
Gotcha.
However, they should have probably divorced before, you know what I mean, having more children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was, they finally got a divorce. My parents got divorced before me. Like, they got divorced, like, their divorce was finalized before mine. And all this time they waited to divorce, you know?
Yeah.
And they stuck together because of children.
Yeah.
That's the worst example you can give somebody because you don't want your kids to not understand or know what love is going forward. Because then they'll end up in a marriage that destroys them.
I agree.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's real.
Yeah. So
I
yeah.
agree.
That's a great answer.
That was good. I was like listening. I'm like, get a notebook.
Yeah, I don't know. I have people who like reach out to me for advice, like even friends who are married, and they'll be like, I want to get a divorce. And I'm, regardless of what I went through, I'm still a true believer in love. I still believe
Me
like,
too, yeah.
you know what I mean? So I'll tell them like straight up, I'm like, are you sure you want to, like some of their problems are nothing. Like that's nothing. You can work that out. Like think about it, work it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't blast your shit on social media. I've had a friend or two do that, and I'm like, girl,
Yeah,
get
I
off
used
of
to
here.
do that. I used to do that.
You used to do that? Toxic.
Dang, she probably seen
Why
some
did you
stuff.
screenshot this and send this to me? Like,
She was entertained. She laughed.
I really was.
She laughed.
he wasn't. Remember that?
I was
crying
at
guy?
work, like scrolling through the comments.
Do you remember
Yeah,
that
that was the
crying
old
guy?
me. Thank God for growth. Thank God.
Tasha had this friend who was like snotting, crying on
He was robbed.
social media. Oh, wait,
He
we're
was
not
robbed.
laughing because he
I
was
know, we're
robbed,
not
you guys.
laughing.
She was
Robbed.
crying on.
He was crying on Snapchat,
Snotting.
like snot coming out of
Why
his
did
nose.
he just? Why
Well,
he
he was like
record
raw
that?
gun.
After we like get done, I'll show you on my laptop because I still got the video.
Because she sends it every now and then as an anniversary. You know,
Yeah.
it's like
So,
we
like,
laugh about it.
He was talking about him getting robbed online, and he just broke down.
Yeah, he was going through a lot.
But
I can show y'all
even
that,
before
like-
that though, he was so extra
Yeah.
online. Like, what are you doing?
Is he famous on there?
No. But that crying scene, the snot, I was done.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I would screenshot it and
He
send
didn't
it.
delete it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through my pain.
Well, I
but
still
I'm
have
not
it.
posting
That's
it.
Exactly.
Real
You post
talk,
stuff of
I'm
them
not-
crying.
I'm not
Like,
crying on
stop.
Posting it anywhere, man.
Nothing can make me cry on social media, like and post that.
Think
Never.
about how you gotta get that's
How
weird
you
to
just
me.
stop
You
mid-cry,
be you know
like,
what, I'm about to cry. Press record. That's weird.
That's
Well,
really
you might
weird.
be on live and then get emotional.
That is true. You said he was on. Was he on live?
No, he was just on Snapchat.
See, now that's an issue.
He
An
could have
issue.
deleted that.
Yeah, he wild.
He could have
Yeah,
said,
he
no,
could've.
I'm not gonna post
He
it.
probably was tripping. He probably was
He
tripping.
made a choice. He made a
He
decision.
did.
Facts.
And it was a
To
bad
post
one.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we laugh about it every now and then. Hilarious.
Everything is a decision.
Yeah.
He made that decision.
Well, is that all we got for this today, Nicole?
I mean, you guys are awesome. I'm
Right,
not
don't
gonna
worry.
lie.
This is a good conversation. We gotta
this
have
is
y'all
really
back.
good, yeah. So we're gonna make this a thing because we enjoyed you guys a lot and have a lot more to ask you guys about. But we really are grateful that you guys took the time out to come out and speak on our podcast, and hopefully we'll be seeing yours sometime soon.
Yeah.
I know you also have one. We'll plug y'all's information as well.
We'll put their info in the little box. You can go follow them if you want. Slide into the DMs.
Exactly.
You know,
Tell them what's
Yeah.
up.
Still a
You know
little
what I'm
thirsty.
saying?
Slide
You know what I
into the
mean?
You know, that's cool.
DMs. Bye.
Exactly.
I'll take it.
See you guys later. Thanks for listening. And we're done.